Martin, first of all, you relieved to be away from the AGM and into the real action now?
Yeah, it was a long morning, wasn't it? Yeah, very pleased, obviously, the game. We've got a long weekend for this match. Looking forward to it. The pitch is fantastic. The stadium is excellent as well, so we've no complaints.
Did you alter the build-up to this game because you said after the Helsinki victory that the players tired in the second half?
I thought we got a little bit tired. I'm not exactly sure what it was, but overall, but we've had plenty of time, so if we're tired tonight, we haven't got an excuse at all. You know, we've had a weekend now to get over aches and pains. It gives us that extra couple of days as well too. Paul Lambert starts the match. He was a bit of a doubt, but he's fine. And Alan Stubbs is on the bench. He's done very well to come back, but hasn't done very much ball work or match. It's obviously less in the match fitness. So from that aspect, we've decided to stay with things.
The game, Bobby Petrov obviously has played so well, but what's the situation with him and his side of the field?
Yes, he was about 6 or 7 days ago. He was doing really brilliantly. Then he did a little bit of a setback. It's not too bad, you know. It'll be a fortnight tomorrow since he's done the injury. So that was really roughly about the time span. Anything before that there would have been a massive bonus to us. So I'm hoping that he would be available for selection for the weekend.
This is the first time the Sky cameras have seen Alan Thompson as a Celtic player. Mm-hmm. How important has he been for you? How quickly has he settled into the side?
Well, I think he's settled in, and the players have taken to him immediately, which is good news. There's one or two can understand him here, which is a bit of a change, I think, in the dressing room. But generally speaking, yes, he's a very good player. It'll take a little bit of time for him to get to know everything, intricacies and all that type of stuff. But overall, yeah, very pleased with his contribution so far.
What kind of approach will you take into this game, and what do you expect Dunfermline to be?
Well, first of all, I expect it to be a very difficult game. You know, I've been involved in soccer a long time now, and I've never seen an easy match. I saw Dunfermline a couple of weeks ago, and they played excellently. They won a game as well too away from home, and I'm sure that they'll be very, very positive. We've got to be as positive ourselves. It's a beautiful evening. It's a lovely pitch for playing football. We'll attempt to do so. We'll obviously try and win the game.
Well, 10 wins out of 10 so far. We'll see what number 11 brings. Martin, thanks.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Celtic have got that winning feeling, and it just won't go away. An 11th straight victory beckons unless Dunfermline can succeed where everyone else has failed. It's not mission impossible for them, but it's going to be blimmin' hard work. And they're without the powerful influence of David Moss, who took a knock on the knee in training. So the pacey junior Mendes is back in the starting lineup as part of a three-pronged attack. Dutch keeper Marco Ruitenbeek returns after missing the defeat at Hearts through injury. Jason Dair drops to the bench, with Rob Matthaei coming into a rejigged formation.
Yeah, he's gone back to a back three tonight, Ian. Timmy Calderwood did play with a back four at Tynecastle. They lost that match. He's gone back to a three tonight. Andre Skerla, I'd imagine, would pick up Chris Sutton there. Scott Thompson will lock on to Henrik Larsson. Justin Skinner in between, just playing in this area here, sweeping up behind the two of them. I think it's important tonight, given that we know that Chris Sutton's going to win his fair share in the air. I think it's important Skinner's on his toes and reacts well to knockdowns and flick-ons. It's important that he reacts to the second ball tonight. Nicholson playing a bit wider than normally, has played central this season, playing a bit wider right, but significantly, as you said there, Junior Mendes in, playing wide left, very, very quick. I think he'll play right out on the touchline and try and get out Jackie McNamara.
Well, after their extraordinary early season exploit, Celtic looked a little tired against HJK Helsinki on Thursday, but there's only one change, with Lubomir Moravcik replaced by Alan Thompson. Paul Lambert was a slight doubt with a thigh problem, but he is okay. Almost fit again, Alan Stubbs makes the bench, but Bobby Petter is still sidelined.
Yeah, again it's a back three. No Alan Stubbs, but Celtic looking very solid at the back here. Johan Mjallby deputising for Alan Stubbs. Tom Boyd spare, Jos Valgaeren, I agree with the two lads in the studio. Very, very impressive defender, very quick, uncomplicated, does a simple thing. What an acquisition he's been. Paul Lambert in front, just hoovering up, giving that back three a bit of protection. Petrov and Thompson asked to get forward and link up. And this lad Thompson, I'll tell you what, normally he's played wide left. He played wide left against Hibs a couple of weeks ago. He's moved one in tonight. From 30 yards in, he is one danger man. Dunfermline are going to have to press the ball very quickly when he gets the ball in the last third.
Well, I'll tell you what, Celtic's coach driver's had an easy life lately. This is the first time they've played away for a month. After 5 home games on the trot in 3 different competitions, they hit the road at last. The road to the kingdom of Fife. reason to be wary of the world-class talents of Henrik Larsson. 10 goals already, but that's only a part of his game. His overall contribution to the team is simply outstanding. Chris Sutton and Chelsea parted company in the summer, but there's no doubt who's faring better at the moment. One bad season doesn't make you a bad player. If he needs to prove that, he is doing so. An old foe of Celtic. Ian Ferguson always relished an Old Firm clash during his time with Rangers. I don't think it'll take him too long to put a tackle in tonight. The man keeping a check on him and the others is Willie Young. Dunfermline have done reasonably well on their return to the top flight without scoring many goals. Celtic, in contrast, this season have done wonderfully well, and they have scored plenty. Jimmy Calderwood is the latest manager to try and get the better of Martin O'Neill. Nobody has managed to do so far. It's been an incredible start for the former Leicester man. A much better start than he had at Leicester, in fact, where he only won 2 of his first 16 games. A lot of people forget that. I don't think Martin did, though. He went on, of course, to enjoy incredible success there. Dunfermline are about to get us up and running. The Pars, as they are known, can't afford to be below Pars tonight. Every one of their players will have to be on top of their game if they're going to cope with Celtic, and even that, of course, may not be enough. Top marks for Celtic this term, and 10 wins out of 10 too. Nobody has been able to stop them, not even Rangers. It's Dunfermline's turn to give it a go.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to watching Dunfermline tonight, Ian. I've seen a fair bit of them in videotape, but this is the first time I've seen them in the flesh, and by all accounts Jimmy Calderwood is trying to reinvent them, trying to shape them into a passing team. And what a good job the groundsman's done here tonight. If you want to pass the ball, you couldn't ask for a better surface.
It's been a beautifully sunny day in Fife, blue skies, although you have to pay a price for that in Scotland. There's a chill in the air too. Well, it is mid-September. Goal kick. Chris Sutton with 6 goals so far, and he really has formed an excellent partnership with Henrik Larsson. Despite his troubles at Chelsea last season, you could never really question his ability, and he was always going to bounce back.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt about that, but he's also a very good defender. Played centre-half early in his career, and when Celtic are under the cost defending set pieces, he's one very handy man to have around.
Doesburg, who used to be at Motherwell. Paul Lambert, crowded out by his old firm enemy Ian Ferguson. Valgaeren with a little burst. Now Stefan Mahe. It's given away though, and Dunfermline have a chance to break with Lee Bullen. Tom Boyd is there though, and mops up.
Yeah, did well Tom Boyd there, didn't get too close to Lee Bullen.
There's a flag up against Larsson.
Larsson on his toes even this early in the game. And there it is, the second ball, the one we talked about there. Well, I don't know what the offence was. He certainly wasn't offside.
Scott Thompson with the free kick, aimed towards Junior Mendes, but it was cleared by McNamara. Lambert struggling to clear. Ian Ferguson sending it out in the general direction of another former Rangers player, Barry Nicholson, who joined last month. He was never really going to get a run in the first team at Ibrox. Stilian Petrov, good run being made here by McNamara, very good run. Mendes going back with him, and a fine intervention, he wasn't messing around there.
Yeah, I think that's what we're going to see all night, either of these players trying to impose their will in the game, if you like. And Mendes is going to have to work the full shift back anytime Celtic introduce McNamara down this side.
Stilian Petrov. Forced into the corner, but not too troubled by that at the moment. And that's going to be a free kick. Doesburg's challenge.
Yeah, he's well lit with the challenge there, and it's a free kick in a pretty decent area for Celtic here. Once again they can throw Valgaeren, Mjallby forward, Sutton there as well. And Celtic these days have more of an aerial threat than they've had for a long number of years.
And Thompson reckons there's a bit of a problem with the ball, or is it? Oh, it's a corner that's been given. Celtic wanted to take a free kick, but it is a corner. It's going to come back to Thompson. Everybody has stayed up, and a little flick on by Valgaeren, and Larsson unable to latch onto it.
Yeah, good ball whipped in there by Thompson. Deftest of touches there from Valgaeren. You see Thompson had time to look up there. Dunfermline didn't get him quickly enough. Flick on there, and it's just over Larsson's head.
Well, Graham Jones did score a penalty for St Johnstone here this season, but incredibly it's almost 13 hours since a visiting player scored from open play in the league here. That impressive record is about to be tested to the very full. I sounded like a real stato then, didn't I? Mahe unable to keep that in. Ferguson already endearing himself to the visiting supporters. Bullen. Crawford. Doesburg, rather clumsily on from him, but the initial ideas were there.
Yeah, it was good movement. Good reverse ball there by Stevie Crawford in the first place.
Firm header by Scott Thompson. Mjallby up towards his fellow countryman Larsson. This is Thompson. Mahe. The clearance by Thompson, which Bullen is chasing, but you'd fancy Tom Boyd to deal with that. Mjallby, who hasn't figured much in the league at all this season. His first start actually in the Scottish Premier League. Has played in the European games quite a bit though. Ferguson. Mendes, the 1-2 with Barry Nicholson. This could be promising for Dunfermline. It's Dunfermline's throw as they attempt to put a bit of pressure on Celtic, who are looking to reclaim top spot tonight, having been knocked off it by Hibernian's 2-0 win over Motherwell. Credit once again to Alex McLeish and his team, who've had a fantastic start, but by the end of tonight they could be off the top again, and they played one more game than Celtic. Or will have played one more game by the time this one is over. Junior Mendes, Nicholson, Matthaei let it go to Ferguson. Away by Boyd.
Well, they look up for this Dunfermline. Looked very, very sharp in the early stages. And Martin O'Neill did complain a bit about tiredness last week. Jimmy Calderwood, I don't think he's going to have any problems on that front tonight. They look very sharp.
And to give you an idea of the size of the task facing Dunfermline tonight, they've only managed one win in their last 21 encounters with Celtic. Jimmy Calderwood has certainly changed things around here after his return from Holland, where he spent the best part of 20 years playing and coaching. Also played in England though, spent a good few years with Birmingham City in the 70s. Willie Young wants the free kick taken again. And what Willie wants, he gets.
Normally.
Sutton. And it's taken over by Thompson, and a close call for Dunfermline. Alan Thompson in goal.
Great supporting run by Alan Thompson there. You see Sutton screening it here. He's just waiting in support, waiting. Thompson on his way. Just lets him rob him there. Good ball in, and that came off the base of the right hand post there. Good movement from midfielder from Alan Thompson.
Never really quite did what was expected of him at Aston Villa after his move there from Bolton. But a wholehearted player. Lambert. Sorting it out for Celtic, as usual. And Valgaeren was looking for Petrov, but it was comfortably cleared by Doesburg, who was shadowing Petrov again. McNamara. Scott Thompson. A little unfortunate as it cannoned off Skinner. Larsson. Thompson. Lambert. Celtic looking busy. Alan Thompson. Not quite the pass that was required though. Away by Justin Skinner. Celtic weren't at their best in midweek against Helsinki, but it's hard to criticise them as they get a corner. Hard to criticise them because they have a decent 2-0 European lead, and of course they have 10 wins on the spin. He's not doing badly, here's Martin. He'll be hoping that something will come of this corner, which Taki McNamara has trudged across to take. McNamara whips it in, but it's a comfortable catch for Ruitenbeek, who Jimmy Corderwood knew rather well from his time in Holland. He played for Go Ahead Eagles, but he went ahead and left them and came to Dunfermline. Dunfermline have only conceded the one goal here this season, and that was a penalty. Offside flag has gone up, the free kick taken quickly, but Larsson had strayed.
Yeah, he's so aware though, Henrik Larsson. He's looking for everything to be taken quickly.
Crawford, handball. Stevie Crawford was the First Division's Player of the Year last season, scored 16 goals as Dunfermline won promotion, tucked in second place behind St Mirren. Foul by Sutton.
He's quite happy to take on a physical challenge, Chris Sutton. Well, he's leaning into Scott Thompson here. Really young, got that one spot on.
Lambert hasn't gone very far though. Ferguson's little touch back to Doesburg. Junior Mendes is there. Mjallby got stuck in, but so did Bullen. Mjallby's long throw. Ferguson. Mr. Popular. Here's Thompson. Barry Nicholson chasing this, but Stephen Mahe marshalling it behind.
Yeah, Barry Nicholson has been playing one inning, he's been playing a more central role in midfield. That's to play wide right tonight. He's going to have to try and get himself forward at every opportunity, because Stefan Mahe will be coming the other way, you can be sure of that.
Larsson with Skerla breathing down the back of his shirt. Referee has played an advantage here, and Jackie McNamara is put in by Lambert. Got a bit of ground to make up though, but he's got the corner.
It's a good run by Jackie McNamara, but a very good matching run by Junior Mendes, who had to come back an awful long way there, 50-60 yards, and he's quick enough to make up the ground here and make the block.
Thompson ready to deliver for Celtic. Keeper did well, Ruitenbeek. And Barry Nicholson on the race to the ball. Here's Crawford. Bullen ahead of him. Nicholson has also moved ahead of him, hugging the touchline, and that's where it's going. Foul though by Johan Mjallby. There's a few of those, Johan. Ferguson, too much on it for Nicholson. Ian Ferguson played 36 times for Rangers against Celtic.
Yeah, he's at a stage now, Ian, where he wants to sit with the game in front of him. You're not going to see him getting himself forward into the box now, but still a very good passer of the ball, plenty of composure, and certainly no lack of experience.
Sutton. Lambert forced to go back to Boyd. Overhit by Tom Boyd. He was seeking out Sutton, but it's Dunfermline's throw.
Sutton gives Celtic that option, just playing it back to front, missing out the midfield on occasions. He's a very good target.
Here's Bullen. He ran it over the line, so it'll be a Celtic throw. Scott Thompson scored a fantastic goal here the other week against Motherwell in the League Cup. Sutton. Petrov is in the middle, but it went behind him, much to the relief of the home side. It's met by Mjallby. Powerful header by the Lithuanian international Andreas Skerla. This is Scott Thompson covering. One of two Scott Thompsons on Dunfermline's book. The other is the substitute goalkeeper, who actually played in the last game at Hearts because Ruitenbeek was injured. Just as well he's not in tonight, because that could have got terribly confusing for us. Here's Mjallby. Towards Sutton, who won the header well. Henrik Larsson setting it up for Lambert, and it's wide.
Yeah, that's the danger of Chris Sutton again, a long diagonal. Mjallby just hangs it up here for him, and he was always going to win it, knocked down into a very good area there. Larsson tried to tee Paul Lambert up for the shot, and he dragged it wide of the target, but a well-worked move nevertheless by Celtic.
Nearly for Martin O'Neill, but not quite. Rob Matthaei, who like Doesburg was at Motherwell, and like Doesburg is Dutch. Thompson up towards Bullen, and no nonsense from the big Belgian, Valgaeren. Nicholson for Matthaei. Junior Mendes going over to have a look at that side. Nicholson. And Mendes, can he get there? There's your answer.
I think he's unlucky, mate, for a free kick there. I think Willie Young tried to give him an advantage here. I think he's clipped. It looks just a bit too quick for Mahe here. I think he's clipped there. He could have gone down, decided to try and keep the ball in play. And he's very, very sharp, Junior Mendes. And it's a good option for Jimmy Calderwood. Can play through the middle when required as well. So a handy man to have around.
Gould made his league debut for Celtic against Dunfermline 3 years ago. At Celtic Park, Dunfermline actually won the game. Doesburg, who's big mates with Arthur Newman at Rangers. Skinner. Powerful header from Mahe, and Larsson could benefit, although Scott Thompson will get there first. He's picked up a few Man of the Match awards this season, Scott Thompson, for Dunfermline. Free kick has been given against Stefan Mahe.
Yeah, I think you saw by the reaction of Mendes that he was caught there, just there by Stefan Mahe. Not much doubt about that one.
Bullen wants it. Thompson will take it. Crawford have made the run across, but it's sent into the stands again by Valgaeren. Lambert taking charge, now McNamara. Sutton making the run. Skerla, though, has been pretty assured for Dunfermline this season, as indeed was Ruitenbeek just about there. Well, Ferguson, he's shaken off Lambert. I think that might be a free kick.
That's a booking. Surprised if it's not a booking. And then a couple of rough ones there, and Alan Thompson just follows through there. That's completely needless. It's a daft one. Matthaei just steps away from him here, and Willie Young indeed has produced the yellow card.
So Alan Thompson is booked, and I don't think he spent too much time protesting about it. He caught Rob Matthaei. Thompson ready to launch one again. Mendes, Ferguson, Junior Mendes again. Can Dunfermline get a glimpse of goal here? Not like that. It was poked away from Barry Nicholson.
I think even this early though, Ian, Celtic know they're in a game here tonight. Dunfermline look well up for this, and they look pretty comfortable playing at Celtic's pace as well.
It's a testing week for Dunfermline because they play Hibs here on Saturday. So they're taking on the top two this week. Mjallby. Lee Bullen. McNamara gate crashed the party, and now Johan Mjallby. Boyd. Celtic keeping the same back three today, although Alan Stubbs is on the bench, just about recovered from his knee injury. Skerla's header, intriguing contest between him and Sutton. Skinner, it's going to dribble through to Junior Mendes. And Mendes has done wonderfully well here. Bullen in the middle. Good clearance from Mjallby, but it's not away yet. And Mjallby once again has to knock it away.
Did well there, Johan Mjallby, to defend the back post.
Henrik Larsson is stopped in his tracks by Ferguson. Skerla, he's given Lee Bullen something to chase here. Bullen with a wonderful chance, but what a tremendous tackle by Mjallby.
That's a terrific challenge. The pass forward couldn't have been any more accurate here. First touch is great here by Bullen with the left shoulder, but Mjallby comes right across him.
Matthaei, Skinner arrives on the scene. Now Junior Mendes again, twisting and turning, and Nicholson's cross. Bullen's header didn't really get anything on it.
Well, they got across the front of Johan Mjallby there, Ian. Managed to get a yard, couldn't quite get on the end of the cross though. But Dunfermline's movement now is starting to give Celtic problems.
Well, you're always up for it when the old firm come to town, and Dunfermline are giving a good account of themselves at the moment and rattling Celtic.
Yeah, certainly the pace and sharpness of Junior Mendes is giving Celtic problems at the back here, Ian. And if you have this kind of pace, you're going to give any defender problems if you can get one-on-one, and that's what Dunfermline are trying to do, trying to isolate him.
Thompson up towards Bullen. That's going to be a corner off Mjallby, who's meeting most things that are coming towards his box at the moment. Barry Nicholson will come across to take Dunfermline's first corner. Thompson and Skerla have come up from the back. Skerla's there, but didn't get anywhere near it. Sutton made sure. Another chance though as Matthaei whips it back in. Valgaeren's clearance only drops to Nicholson. In it goes again. Celtic living dangerously, but it's a goal kick.
Hopeful ball played, and no shout there from Stilian Petrov to Valgaeren there, who tried to take it full stretch, couldn't quite get a decent header on it, and Celtic ended up under pressure at the back post. And it's been a good spell. Jimmy Calderwood will be well pleased, I would think. Pretty solid at the back. Celtic really haven't troubled them greatly, and now they're starting to ask a few questions at the other end.
Indeed, whilst Martin O'Neill has been very good for Celtic, Jimmy Calderwood has been very good for Dunfermline too. Kept them on course for promotion last season. Unbeaten at home so far this season, although they have lost all their away games in the league. He was actually linked with the Nottingham Forest job not so long ago, and got interviewed by them, but then the new hierarchy came in at the City Ground, and all of a sudden he wasn't in favour. So a Celtic corner, and that means the likes of Mjallby will hope to make their presence felt. McNamara delivers. Oh, it was a really awkward one. I think that'll be another corner. It's come off a Dunfermline body. Skerla.
Yeah, it's a good ball whipped in. I don't think the goalkeeper can really come for that. Too much traffic in front of him. He's dipping into the front post as well.
So Jackie McNamara to try again, away by Ruitenbeek, who's kept 5 clean sheets in 8 games this season. He's no mug. Helped out by a pretty solid defence, of course, as I'm sure they'd like me to say. Ferguson. Little flick from Crawford, and Nicholson trying to get there, but McNamara, credit to him.
Yeah, he's still down the left side because he had taken the corner on that side, Ian, so you can see the distance that Jackie McNamara has worked back there. And just as well because he was in exactly the right position there as Barry Nicholson bombed forward.
The Celtic fans weren't too impressed at the award of a corner by Willie Young, but it's coming in now from Barry Nicholson, and Skerla looking to get on the end of it. Sutton up towards Larsson. Crawford picking out Skinner. Nicholson always smuggled it through to Junior Mendes, but good tackle, wonderful. By Valgaeren. Here's Thompson. Mjallby. Mjallby finds Larsson again. And he tried to slip it through to Mahe, who was making a good run, but it didn't get as far as Celtic would have wanted it to. Valgaeren was just the sort of man Celtic needed, really, when they brought him in.
Yeah, he certainly was. He never takes a chance. You know, I think some defenders think they're better players than they are. This lad just plays to his capabilities. As the two lads were saying in the studio earlier on, always thinks defensively first, and there's certainly nothing wrong with that.
Bit of a juggling act from Mendes, trying to get away from Valgaeren. Doesburg caught Petrov. That'll be a free kick.
Yeah, again, it's not a difficult one for Willie Young to call. It's another, well, they're fortunate not to get a yellow for that.
Larsson rising, he's good in the air too. It might come to Petrov, looked like it would for a moment, but Skerla, the Lithuanian who played against Scotland in the Euro 2000 qualifiers, came quickly across. McNamara deciding a long throw might be an option. Longish. Thompson will scoop this up. Sutton making himself available. Thompson read that, but then ran into Mahe almost. They're not having it their own way here, Celtic.
No, there's a fair bit of effort going in from both sides. It's just going to take one break at either end for the opener here.
Either side giving an inch. Hence no goals. But Nicholson looking to release Junior Mendes. Lee Bullen is in the middle. Mendes with a bit of work to do before it gets that far. He has Nicholson in support. Matthaei might run away from him, but he was aware of that. Thompson seeking out Bullen. Firm header, Crawford. Not the best of touches from him. Skinner, who played in England for Fulham and Bristol Rovers. I'm sure fans of those clubs will remember him. And certainly Alex McLeish in our studio will remember him, because he was at Hibs too. Mjallby. McNamara. Up towards Henrik Larsson it goes. And Thompson was about as close to him as you can get.
Yeah, he's just leaning into Henrik Larsson and making sure he wasn't going to get off the ground. The diagonal overcooked slightly.
Bullen. This is Doesburg. Ferguson. Matthaei. Nicholson. Crawford. Neat again from Dunfermline. Junior Mendes with the cross. Skerla nudging that into touch. with the referee. He's got the free kick, but he's going to have a word, is he? With Martin O'Neill. No, he's just sorting out the free kick, I think, having one or two words with the Celtic players.
Well, I really had a word with Martin O'Neill at Tynecastle a couple of weeks ago. He sorted him out already. He's keeping well out of the way.
Well, they were actually on the opposite side to Martin, but even I could hear him shouting just a while ago. That one's bounced. And bounced all the way through. A firm challenge by Ferguson. Right next to where some of the Celtic fans are as well, so we enjoyed that one. Larsson's cross, and the free kick has been given against Sutton and in favour of Skerla.
Yeah, that's all it's going to take, the win. The sharpness of Larsson here just spins Justin Skinner tight on him, Larsson away, and Skerla did well there to defend at the front post. Well, that's more a case of head down than foot up, I would have thought.
As you could probably hear the Celtic fans not in total agreement with Willie again. Petrov's header, Henrik Larsson. And Thompson looking to get in here, he's won the chase, Matthaei is with him. Stefan Mahe behind Thompson if he wants to use him. He'll settle for the corner. Thompson wants to take this himself, although McNamara is coming across now. Celtic with half a dozen corners. So McNamara sends it in, and Mjallby was on the end of it, but nothing doing for Celtic.
Yeah, to be fair, Dunfermline are defending these corners pretty well, Ian. No shortage of bodies at the front post area. It's going to take something pretty special to score with a header from that angle. Mjallby appears to have taken a knock to the mouth.
Bullen's flick. Mjallby there again. Larsson to Sutton. Sutton brings McNamara into it. It's going to come to Paul Lambert. McNamara. That's a lovely 1-2 with Petrov. McNamara's cross cut out. McNamara let it go, but Junior Mendes able to feed it back to Ruitenbeek. Celtic unbeaten in 11 visits here, but they're going to have to work for it today. Sutton's flick though, and good defending by Scott Thompson.
Yeah, it certainly was. It's typical of this partnership now. The flick on from Sutton there, Larsson on his way, and it had to be good defending.
Larsson's cross bounced away from Sutton. Ferguson. That was a lovely, it might have been a lovely touch by Bullen. Didn't quite come off, but Dunfermline once again are plugging away. They could be in trouble here though, because Henrik Larsson has it. And again, Larsson and Sutton trying their best to combine to great effect, but it was to little effect, as it turned out. We'll be back for more though. Alan Thompson. Ruitenbeek coming and getting there. We've more live action for you tomorrow night from the Worthington Cup. Walsall might fancy their chances against the West Ham side, who just can't seem to win at the moment. It's from 7:30 on Sky Sports 2. Not for the want of trying, as I'm sure Mr. Redknapp would say. Fiercely contested pass this, and Jimmy Corderwood's Dunfermline once again are keeping things tight. They've only scored 7 goals this season, Dunfermline. That's compared to Celtic's tally of 35 already. Nicholson's cross, once again, it's Mjallby, who's on hand for Celtic. Skinner. Mendes lurking, but nicely done by Petrov. And now Lambert looking to release Larsson, but Thompson, who's played an integral part in keeping things tight at EndPark this season, is there again. Larsson looking to put Mahe in. In the end it dribbles through to the keeper.
Yeah, Barry Nicholson's done well down that side though, Ian, because Stefan Mahe has made a lot of runs down that side, and Nicholson's done well to go with him all the way.
Mjallby up towards Sutton. Came off him rather awkwardly, but it might trickle through to Henrik Larsson. Up in the air from Doesburg. Away by Valgaeren. Larsson's header. Oh, Junior Mendes has skinned McNamara, and he's on his way. Mendes has got Nicholson away to his right, who just stumbled a little bit, lost the momentum. Slammed into the stand by Jonathan Gould, making his 99th league appearance for Celtic tonight, closing in on a milestone. Junior Mendes hoping to close in on Celtic's goal, but not that time. Although Lambert wasn't quite sure which way to turn. Ferguson. Matthaei. Bullen. Ferguson. And a foul by Ian Ferguson, which will bring a yellow card.
Yeah, Willie Young reached for the card immediately. Now, once again, it's another challenge it's not a difficult call for Willie Young, is it?
You know, I never would have thought Ian Ferguson had put him.
Problem is, Ian, that the physical side of his game is such a big part of his game that he can't afford now another mistimed challenge.
Larsson. Alan Thompson whacked it back in, but away by Skinner. Here's Petrov, although Skinner comes across quickly. It's Crawford. We'll be hoping to get a chance or two at the other end before the night is out, or at that end in the second half. Thompson. Larsson, once again, close attention paid to him.
Yeah, there's a lot of football left in this game, Ian, but Scott Thompson has done a marvellous job on him at Larsson tonight. As has Andres Skerla on Chris Sutton. This is as well as I've seen any side defend against this front pairing so far this season. They're both at it there.
Here is Thompson. taking the direct route towards Mendes, but he's not quite going to get there. But he did chop Valgaeren.
Well, he wasn't going to give it up, was he? That really typifies Junior Mendes' attitude tonight. I don't think Jos Valgaeren is very happy with him right enough.
Junior Mendes actually began his career at Chelsea. Lambert lifting one over the top, and Skinner directing it back to Ruitenbeek. It's getting a little bit nasty at times.
Yeah, it's a good turn here by Matthaei. Quick feet there away from Paul Lambert, and taken late again.
Just a word of warning for Lambert, no card. We're heading towards injury time at the end of the first half, and Dunfermline ready to plop this one in the box. Mjallby makes sure they can't do that yet, with just 1 minute to be added on. Justin Skinner's up and under. Away by Boyd, although not that far. And this time a foul by Ferguson has penalised, much to the delight of the visiting fans.
Yeah, he's leading with the left elbow there, Ian Ferguson. I think overall, both Ian Ferguson and Jimmy Calderwood will be well pleased with the way this first half has panned out so far.
Away by Skinner to Crawford. Skinner looking for Bullen, but Johan Mjallby has been very alert in this first half, the Swedish international, who hasn't had much of a look in the league so far, although he has in the European games. Doesburg, way towards Bullen. Oh, Chris Sutton blocked that, but Skerla stayed calm. McNamara, cut out by Doesburg. Here's Matthaei. Lee Bullen. And he might have used his hand, did he?
Yeah, he's not happy with the decision. I think the ball might have kicked up onto his left hand there.
Boyd with Celtic's free kick, up towards Sutton. But Dunfermline able to clatter it away again. Thompson. The 1 minute of added on time seems to have become 2 minutes of added on time. Larsson looking to get away from Scott Thompson, and the goal kick has been given.
Well, the first impression is here that Larsson's unlucky not to get a free kick here. Thompson, if anything, just gets a bit too close to Larsson here. Larsson with the nutmeg, and he's clearly taken there. I think he's unlucky not to get a free kick. Good play by Larsson there, and taken late off the ball.
Well, now it is half time. Junior Mendes' pace has caused a few problems for Celtic. At the other end, the likes of Larsson and Sutton haven't really got much of a sniff. It's been fiercely competitive, both teams solid rather than spectacular at the break. It's Dunfermline 0, Celtic 0. Celtic fans remember a nervous time here in their title-winning season, 97-98. They drew 1-1 in the penultimate game of the campaign, and that meant they had to go and beat St Johnstone on the final day, which they duly did. But it was uncomfortable then, and it hasn't been particularly comfortable tonight. Jimmy Calderwood and his team have made sure of that. And if Martin O'Neill's Celtic are going to make it 11 wins out of 11, they are going to have to work every second of the second half.
Yeah, I think we're disappointed we haven't had too many chances in the match, Ian, but that has been down to some excellent defending from either side. And neither side has really managed to get in behind the other, and on the rare occasion they've managed to do so, most of the final ball has been into the front post area, which has been well defended.
Celtic start the second half at EndPark, which has been home sweet home for Dunfermline just lately. They've only lost one of their last 21 league matches here, although they were of course in the first division last season. And they are starting the second half brightly, it seems, because they've immediately whipped it back off Celtic. Barry Nicholson, Rob Matthaei. Lee Bullen was there, but so too was Tom Boyd. Matthaei. Nicholson's cross, away by Mjallby, who seems to be on the end of every cross that comes in. The big Swede. Barry Nicholson's throw to Matthaei. Here he is again. Thompson, Bullen, Nicholson, Mendes, free kick given against Junior Mendes.
Yeah, Tommy Boyd relieved there to get the decision. It would have been dangerous had it been given the other way there.
Gould seeking out Sutton. Stefan Mahe's throw. Just about keeping his feet. The Frenchman. Sutton back to Mahe. This is better from Celtic. Well, it was until the cross.
Yeah, it's a poor final ball. He did have the time and the space to deliver it as well, Ian. Petrov had got himself into the back post area. I don't think Martin O'Neill will be too happy with that.
Bullen's flick. Mjallby in the way once more. Lambert to McNamara. Now Larsson. Larsson with a half-decent pass, I suppose, to Thompson, but it was cleared by Matthaei. Mjallby. Larsson chasing, but Skerla is looking the favourite.
Yeah, he's played him well, Andrei Skerla. He's had a good night so far. I think Jimmy Calderwood would be saying to him at half-time, keep the concentration. Really can't afford to drop that against a player of Larsson's quality.
Yes, Larsson not getting an inch at the moment. Skerla and the rest of his teammates putting in a really sturdy effort here, but hang on a moment. Stevie Crawford is the outlet for them. Ian Ferguson with a rather wayward one. Still had to be dealt with though by Valgaeren. Doesburg's throw. Crawford. Thompson. Stefan Mahe. Sutton. Sutton and Mahe for the second time in a short space of time, combining down that flank. Here's Sutton again, and in the end it's a goal kick.
Yeah, he's under pressure again, Ian. And they really haven't had any room at all. Neither Chris Sutton or Henrik Larsson have had a moment tonight. You see Dunfermline have bodies goal side in exactly the right position. That's a Barry Nicholson challenge there as Celtic broke forward.
Now Lee Bullen will chase this for all it's worth, but he's not quite going to make it. Bigger, and without wishing to be disrespectful, better teams than Dunfermline have been swamped by Celtic this season, but they're really giving it a go and foiling the team that have started the season in such style.
Yeah, normally the longer a game goes, Ian, the more the game stretches and openings become a bit more frequent, but no sign of that at the moment. Both defences really on top of the game right now.
Sutton and others await McNamara's free kick. Valgaeren's moved in there as well as McNamara sends it in. Sutton's header, but it's too much of a problem for Ruitenbeek.
Yeah, got up well there, Chris Sutton. And as I said, Dunfermline, I think, will be resigned to him winning his fair share. That might have been better played back across the face of goal.
Mjallby. Once again, Skerla was sticking close to Larsson. I think it was Thompson who was sticking close to Larsson. Crawford. Here is Skerla. Fine challenge by Boyd. Now Celtic on the prowl as Larsson slips it through to Sutton, but once again Dunfermline quick to react, and it was Skerla.
It's a bit of anticipation again. Nothing wrong with the run from Sutton, but Andrew Skerla read the script.
Here's Valgaeren. Leaves it for Alan Thompson. Larsson back to Thompson. Now Sutton, and an obstruction. Now it's going to be a free kick here.
That's a good penetrating run there by Thompson, and Matthaei will be looking for more of this. Just tries to play the exchange here on the edge of the box, and he's taken clearly body check there. And really Celtic will be looking to get a shot on target here.
Well, Alan Thompson has proved in the past that he can hit them. In fact, he often gets tremendous power in these sorts of situations, but Henrik Larsson's not bad either. It's going to be Alan Thompson, deflected off the wall, corner.
Yeah, I think it was Barry Nicholson who came out the wall to charge it. He just to come off his shoulder. Just catches the edge of the wall. There wasn't a bad strike at all from Thompson. Celtic starting to turn the screw.
Mjallby on the far post. McNamara sends it in. Once again, Dunfermline defend admirably. It was Thompson who got it away. Junior Mendes. It's going to come to Lee Bullen. Needed a better connection on it though, because Barry Nicholson was waiting nearby, but not that near. Given away by Thompson to Skerla. Skinner. Oh, McNamara's dispossessed him. Now this could be it for Jackie McNamara. Oh, he's put it wide. Oh dear, oh dear.
That's a glorious chance, and much to the relief of Justin Skinner here. I don't know what he's thinking about. First first moment of slackness from Dunfermline in the match. Jackie McNamara through, time to measure it, and drags it wide. And chances don't come much better than that. Jackie McNamara takes it on his left side as the far post opened up from, and he couldn't make it count. But I really don't know what Justin Skinner was thinking about. They've been so tight, so compact, the concentration's been spot on, and then he really fell asleep there.
Well, McNamara hasn't scored in the league for 2.5 years, and he just showed us why there. What a let-off for Dunfermline. Valgaeren. And Valgaeren trying to barge in. Oh, he's caught Matthaei. Now, Willie Young comes across to Valgaeren. It's a yellow card.
Certainly wasn't pulling out of this. Fully committed there, Valgaeren. Certainly leading with the studs. And once again, he can have no complaints at all. That's a dangerous challenge. Look at the studs here. Well, Matthaei's lucky. He didn't have his foot planted there as he was caught.
Valgaeren joins Alan Thompson and Ian Ferguson in the book. Now Crawford. It's just going away from him, is it? Not quite, it isn't. And Celtic dug it out eventually. Sutton kept it in. There's a real edge to this game, but no goals as yet. Nobody's putting out of challenges though, that's for sure. Stephen Mahe has never done that in his career. Thompson away towards McNamara, who tries to put Petrov away, and Skinner is going to be, no, it's going to be a yellow card for the dive by Petrov.
Well, did he have to go down here, and that's the question. Willie Young reckons he didn't need much encouragement here. Justin Skinner trying to get level with Petrov. I'm not convinced he has to go down there. He goes down late for me, taking up a good position still there on Petrov.
Julian Petrov booked for diving. And those really who have received a yellow card tonight can have no complaints. You wouldn't be surprised if there was a red before the evening was out. The way everybody's launching into each other. Thompson looking to release Nicholson. He's going to get there as well. In the corner.
Well, he's had to work the whole right side tonight, Barry Nicholson. He's done a smashing job.
Nicholson delivers. Skerla was done as a handball. Skerla went up for it. Now, what is Willie Young going to do here? It's got to be a penalty, hasn't it? And is it going to be a yellow card? It is. He hasn't put it to the spot yet, but he has now.
Well, he's got to make it clear pretty soon here, Ian. Handball is indicating against Chris Sutton. And it comes. Chris Sutton defending the back post. Up goes the right hand, and that's pretty clear.
So what a chance here for Dunfermline to rattle and rankle in form Celtic. Stevie Crawford has already scored from the spot this season. Jonathan Gould reckons the ball isn't on the spot. And Jonathan Gould's going to get a yellow card for a bit of gamesmanship there, and probably rightfully so. It's added to the tension, but what an opportunity. It's Stevie Crawford, and it's 1-0 to Dunfermline, and what a shocker for Celtic.
Yeah, it's a smashing penalty under pressure as well, Ian. Stevie Crawford under immense pressure to tuck this away, opens his body up and just wrong foots Jonathan Gould here, feints to put it in the right hand corner, just tucks it away inside the left-hand post. We'll see a much better penalty than that, and Jimmy Calderwood, understandably, is absolutely delighted, and so he should be.
Well, Celtic have dished it out for a few clubs this season, but now Martin O'Neill's men will have a few questions asked about them. Can they come up with the answers? Henrik Larsson. Here's Paul Lambert, lovely 1-2, Lambert goes down, and a penalty to Celtic, would you believe? Incredible, 2 quick penalties in this contest.
I don't think he's got any reason to go down if he wasn't tripped here. I'm not convinced it was deliberate here from Ian Ferguson, but he certainly catches Paul Lambert. Lambert driving across the front of him. Well, trying to play the 1-2, Paul Lambert on his way. Well, there doesn't seem to be an awful lot of contact there.
Well, Willie Young pointed to the spot a little bit quicker this time than he did the last time, and Celtic have an immediate chance to hit back. It's Henrik Larsson, and it's 1-1, and once again a perfect penalty from a perfect player.
Well, Martin O'Neill couldn't have asked for a better response, Ian. And once again, it's a fine penalty under pressure. Has been known to go for power, Henrik Larsson, and just strokes it away. Ruitenbeek going the wrong way.
Well, Celtic weren't really behind for long. Panic over straight away. Two quick penalties have livened up proceedings, although proceedings were pretty lively anyway. And Junior Mendes has come away with the ball, but I think the free kick's been given against him. Thompson standing over it. Thompson then whips it in. Ruitenbeek with a convincing clearance. It's actually the second time this season that there's been 2 penalties for either side in one game at EndPark. Dunfermline St Johnstone finished 1-1 with a penalty apiece earlier in the campaign, and strangely enough it's happened again, although it remains to be seen whether this too will end 1-1. Don't count on it. Jonathan Gould, in that penalty nonsense, became the 5th Celtic player to be yellow carded in this game. It's boiling up into quite a contest. He's as involved as ever. Jimmy Calderwood's joy was just about as short-lived as you can get after his team had taken the lead from the spot. Less than a couple of minutes later, Larsson tucked away a penalty at the other end.
Well, the first penalty was pretty clear, this one less so. Paul Lambert doing the right thing, driving across Ian Ferguson there, contact minimal. The problem there is that Lambert's going at full tilt, any contact at all he's going to go down.
Sutton shrugging off Skerla, but the Lithuanian international comes back to get involved again. Here's Tom Boyd. Celtic are thinking about bringing on Moravcik. Larsson has a bit of trouble with his hairband there. Lubomir Moravcik getting instructions from Martin O'Neill. Moravcik rested, left on the bench this evening, but about to make his entrance. Sutton, down for Larsson, and nothing doing for Celtic there. Deemed a fair challenge.
Yeah, Justin Skinner claiming he took some of the ball here, and you can see there that he did there. Good call there by Willie Young.
It's 1-1 on penalties. Lee Bullen, Junior Mendes, and Mendes goes for the return. Still weaving his way through. Has to go back outside the box to Doesburg. Ferguson. Mendes spinning away from Boyd. Doesburg. Ferguson. Mendes. Ferguson. Nicholson let it go. I don't think Bullen was quite ready for it.
No, just caught his heels there on the edge of the box scene. I don't think he was expecting it. Valgaeren very tight on him again as usual though.
Up it goes to Sutton. There's the flick on, but with Larsson loitering, Ruitenbeek was always going to be wary. Scott Thompson to Lee Bullen. Barry Nicholson inside of him, but Tom Boyd sorting it out. And away by Mahe. Foul for going against Larsson.
Yeah, I'm surprised there because Skinner's leading with his hands there. Does give Celtic a chance to make the change though. Stefan Mahe gone off, and I can only assume that Alan Thompson will now go play left wing back, with Moravcik playing in the most central role.
Moravcik now 35 years of age, and we always wonder what he did with the rest of his life. He spent most of it in French football, but really should have played at the highest level.
In fact, it looks as if Celtic are going to go with a 4 as they did against Helsinki in the second half. Straight 4-4-2 now.
Crawford was almost in then. Celtic didn't appear too ready, having switched to a 4. And Sutton, he's got away. Might go it alone here. He does go it alone, and in the end it was a rather tame effort.
Yeah, he had nowhere to go eventually. Did well there to get away from Skerla in the first place. Good aggressive run here, but he really runs out of an angle in the end. But that's what Celtic have been lacking in the first half. A player to go and drive at defenders.
On by Bullen, but it bounced off Lambert. Thompson once again has impressed for Dunfermline, and that's really been the story of the season for him. Larsson, by the way, becoming the Celtic man to get to 11 goals this season as they seek their 11th win in a row. Thompson. Away by Skinner, but Moravcik can feed Henrik Larsson. Oh, Ferguson. Oh, nothing given for that. And now he has given a free kick, and Ferguson's got to tread very carefully on a yellow card.
Yeah, thought he was lucky to get away with the first one, Ian, as the ball comes in here. Blatant body check. Not happy with that. He takes Stilian Petrov late.
This could be ominous for Dunfermline. Thompson might fancy another whack. Larsson also there. Alan Thompson. Well, it really packs a punch when he hits it, but it didn't find the target.
Yeah, he's not short of power here, but he has to get over this and keep it down. At least make the goalkeeper make a save. Well, there you are, dead level in possession. More or less as it was in the first half. And still anyone's game here.
It's been a really tight tussle. Sutton resuming his battle with Skerla. Dunfermline waiting to make a change. Dunfermline's throw, and I don't think Willie Young has noticed they want to make a change yet. Dair waiting to make an appearance. He's figured in most of the games this season, and he's going to come on for Mendes.
Yeah, they may just go with a 4-4-2 as well now. He can just match up with Celtic. Dair has been playing the left side defensive role.
Dair was part of the Rafe Rovers team that beat Celtic in the League Cup final on penalties several seasons back. Barry Nicholson cracking cross that, and Bullen attacked it, and it looped over the bar.
Yeah, he did well here because Mjallby doesn't see him coming, comes across Mjallby on his blind side, and he almost gets over that. Had he done so, he'd have been able to keep the header down. Good aggressive striking play here from Lee Bullen.
Lambert's header. Bullen. Dair getting his first touch and finding Crawford. Mjallby holding up Dunfermline temporarily. And conceding the throw. Ferguson. Celtic's throw now. Bearing in mind Larsson scored from the spot, it's now around about 14 hours since a visiting player scored a league goal from open play here at EndPark. Tremendous record really from Dunfermline. But they're going to have to work hard themselves to maintain that. Celtic will be in the hunt for a winner. But they'll be going for it themselves too, if they can. Matthaei has allowed that one to slip over the line. Boyd's throw. That's come off Tom Boyd. Scott Thompson holding firm. Outstanding this season.
Yeah, he's played well. And the Dunfermline really have just gone now with the extra man in midfield that Dair has provided for Jimmy Calderwood. Almost a 3-5-2 they're playing now.
Paul Lambert. Mjallby. Petrov. Larsson looking to get away, but not quite happening for him. Valgaeren up towards Sutton. Down for Moravcik, who neatly finds Boyd. Sutton. Oh, and Tom Boyd! Well, he's scuffed that one behind, but it was a nice little move.
Yeah, he did the difficult bit, getting himself the space in the first place here. Great play by Sutton here. Just holding Scott Thompson off. Great reverse ball for Tom Boyd, and the final ball lets him down.
If he carried on going, he might have fancied having a go at goal, but he was probably bearing in mind the fact that he hasn't scored for 5.5 years for Celtic. I think it won for Scotland a couple of years back, I seem to remember. Sutton's little flick. Larsson, and he tried to feed it back to Moravcik, but Ruitenbeek able to poke it into touch. Lambert. Mjallby. Petrov. He's on a bit of a burst here. Into a free kick.
Just struggling to keep possession at the moment, Dunfermline. Just need a bit more composure there when they have the chance to clear it, to try and pick out a blank-white jersey.
It's a corner. Moravcik will trot across to take this. Valgaeren will move up, as indeed will Mjallby. Ruitenbeek about to be under pressure from the Celtic big boys. Moravcik whipped it in once again. Dunfermline read it. Petrov losing out to Doesburg. Dair helps it on. Chance for Bullen. Now, this is going to be very interesting because Nicholson's going to get there. Crawford's trying his best to get into the box. Celtic got away with that.
That's a terrific break. Nicholson's hoping Stevie Crawford can get across the front of Tom Boyd, just couldn't make up the ground.
Ferguson. Lee Bullen. Larsson is lurking here, trying to sneak in around the back, but it carries through to Ruitenbeek. Inside the last quarter of an hour at EndPark. It's 1-1, a penalty apiece, converted by Crawford and by Larsson in the space of 2 minutes. Sutton. Made sure he was going to get to that, one way or another. Skinner. Crawford helps it on, and McNamara with a little touch. Thompson. Valgaeren. Boyd. Sutton. Looking to return it to Boyd, but Scott Thompson once again is there for Dunfermline. Nicholson fending off Sutton. Larsson's faint touch, but Skinner able to help it back to Ruitenbeek. Lambert. Valgaeren. Difficult to knock him off the ball. Free kick given in Dunfermline's favour against Sutton. Matthaei. Ferguson. Dair to Stevie Crawford. Two former Rafe Rovers teammates and Millwall teammates come to that. Mjallby. Dunfermline in their stride here. Nicholson's cross! Oh, and Bullen flung himself at it. So did Gould. Goal kick.
That was a terrific chance. And after some very patient possession and build-up from Dunfermline, good ball whipped in there by Barry Nicholson. Bullen across the front of Mjallby there. And whether Gould did enough to put Bullen off as he attacked the ball, well, who knows, he appeared to take his eye off it.
Chris Sutton. Blocked by Skinner. If Dunfermline are going to win this, they're going to have to do something they haven't managed to do in the league so far this season: score more than one goal in a game.
A long time since I've seen a side have as much possession against either half of the Old Firm as Dunfermline have had tonight.
They have given an excellent account of themselves. Here's Lambert though. Celtic still more than capable of punishing them though, with offensive inspiration from somewhere. And they have a few players who could provide it, including this man, Moravcik. Now Boyd. Matthaei. It's away from Crawford and from Lee Bullen. Moravcik. Paul Lambert. Larsson. Sutton. Larsson looking for a return. Now Boyd. Sutton. Larsson. And he was at full stretch, but he ended up grounded.
Yeah, just asking a bit much of Henrik Larsson there though. But once again, Dunfermline had bodies in all the right areas there.
Tomorrow night, more live action for you as Walsall take on winless West Ham in the Worthington Cup. Should be some tie at the Bescot Stadium, and we'll be there on Sky Sports 2 from 7:30. Meanwhile, back in Fife, Celtic are on the attack. Sutton to Larsson to Moravcik. Moravcik twisting, turning and teasing, and a free kick given for Dunfermline.
Yeah, Skinner did well under pressure there at the back post. Moravcik turning Scott Thompson inside out there. It was Michael Doesburg. Skinner did well, and not for the first time.
Jimmy Corderwood trying to urge his team on to a rousing finale. I think there's a pretty good chance that will happen. Jason Dair. Lee Bullen. Tom Boyd remaining calm. Petrov kept it in nicely. McNamara. And that's going to come to Alan Thompson. Forced out wide, but it might not matter too much. Lambert. And the flick on from Sutton dropped the wrong side of Larsson. McNamara was being fouled. Jackie McNamara will be hoping that Celtic can snatch it here, so no one will remember his glaring miss. Larsson's flick on to Sutton. Sutton trying to turn. Dunfermline have really stuck to their men. Moravcik overrun it. I think when Celtic's players get home tonight, they might check around the house to make sure there's no Dunfermline players there.
What we do know, Ian, is that Dunfermline have shown tonight that points are going to be hard to come by through here. Many's focus for relegation at the beginning of this campaign. O'Neill, I'm sure would tell you otherwise tonight. Jimmy Calderwood really has shaped a very decent working unit here.
I don't think Martin will be too surprised actually by the way it's gone, because he himself watched Dunfermline and I think he knew exactly what his team would be in for tonight. Thompson. Larsson. Oh, lovely little touch from Larsson, and Thompson back to Henrik Larsson, who's onside, and Henrik Larsson scores, and Celtic may just make it 11 wins on the spin after all, but my word, they've had to work mighty hard for it.
Well, Dunfermline claiming for offside. Henrik Larsson wasn't asking any questions, he was quite happy to play on. And it'll be interesting to see this again. Larsson involved in the beginning of the move with the back heel, continues his run, and as he's played in, he's onside there, I think. And he has the composure and the class to tuck it away. Created and finished by Henrik Larsson. And he wasn't asking any questions, he got on with the job there. Alan Thompson, who played him in, wrong foot's the keeper, and he wasn't going to miss from there on in.
Henrik Larsson has his 12th goal of the season already, and to think, you know, in these days of inflated transfer fees, it cost just £650,000 when Wim Jansen signed him from Feyenoord. Feyenoord, you were done on that deal. Dunfermline have put in such an effort tonight, but they may not get a reward, although they still have time to. Henrik Larsson now has 81 goals in 118 games for Celtic, but as we mentioned earlier in the show, he's not just about goals, there is so much to his game. In the end, perhaps world-class talent might make the difference at EndPark.
Well, a very tight decision this one for the assistant. Larsson was the reverse, continues his run, and as Thompson plays him in just here, well, he's well onside, he's timed his run to perfection. And a super goal, engineered and finished by Henrik Larsson.
Dunfermline have made a change whilst we were watching that, with Stephen Boyle coming on for Rob Matthaei. Stephen Boyle, very highly rated. Figured in a few games this season. In fact, he's already scored a couple of goals. Dunfermline could do with another one. Lambert. Another double for Henrik Larsson, and I think we're running out of things to say about him, really. Celtic preparing to go back to the top of the table with 21 points out of 21, unless Dunfermline can come up with some sort of answer to this Celtic storm now. Petrov. Boyd. Thompson. Boyd. Moravcik. That should be the keepers. It will be in a roundabout way. Via a goal kick. The man of the match tonight, Davey.
Well, a couple of candidates. I think Scott Thompson for Dunfermline has been absolutely superb in the way he's handled Henrik Larsson for most of this match, most of the match. But he fell asleep just for a second, and that's all it takes against a striker of this class. Still a lot of work to do when he was one-on-one with the goalkeeper. And he finished the job off perfectly. He's my Bank of Scotland man of the match.
Celtic moving in for the kill with Thompson, and Moravcik is spare, and he'll look for Sutton, but he can't quite get on the end of it. Skerla blocked the route.
Yeah, Dunfermline just starting to look ragged now, Ian, being stretched all over the back line.
Calderwood will be so frustrated. I think he'll be staying awake tonight for a while, thinking of what might have been. But it looks like Martin O'Neill has done it again.
Yeah, it's a painful lesson for Jimmy Calderwood, because to put as much into this game as they have and lose it really is a sore one. But you have to hand it to Celtic. They kept playing away. These people used to suggest that Rangers were the only side capable of grinding out results. We've seen that Celtic are well capable of doing it as well.
There will be 3 minutes of added on time. Sutton is on the ground. Skinner. Hang on a moment, maybe it's not all over for Dunfermline. They probably believe they deserve a break, and Stephen Boyle with a cracking cross. And Celtic were on the rack a little bit in injury time.
Once again it was Valgaeren at the front post, Ian.
Jason Dair's cross, that's going to drift away from Dunfermline all-comers though, and well, he can take a lot of credit out of the way his team has performed tonight, but doesn't look like he's going to take a point.
Yeah, they'll play poorer than this and win games. I don't think he could have asked much more from his lads tonight.
Free kick has been given in Sutton's favour, much to the delight of the visiting fans, who really have seen a remarkable transformation in their team. Last season was, to be frank, a bit of a shambles, but Martin O'Neill has been like a breath of fresh air. Now here's Alan Thompson. Oh, he's hit the post. Thompson scored on his debut with a cheeky back heel against Rafe. That looked probably easier.
Yeah, you'd have put money on him to score here. Well held up and set up by Sutton there. And he'll hope that Dunfermline don't go up the park and score after this miss. Should have hit the target there.
Larsson is on a hat-trick himself. Tried to smuggle that through to Moravcik. Doesburg. It's got to be hit and hope time really whenever Dunfermline get it now. Valgaeren, Thompson, away towards Sutton, who's had a real intriguing duel with Skerla tonight. It's all about hanging on to the ball now for Celtic though. Sutton, of course they might go for a third goal as well. Not just yet though. Scott Thompson. Here's Sutton. Chris Sutton trying to do more than most in an attempt to hang on to the ball. It's all over. A supreme effort from Dunfermline, but in the end, Martin O'Neill's Celtic were able to record their 11th straight victory in a quite sensational season. Stevie Crawford, though, put Dunfermline in front for the penalty spot, but a couple of minutes later, Henrik Larsson equalised in the penalty spot, and Larsson made the difference in the end, as he often does. Just onside, and another calm and composed finish. He is the hero of the Celtic fans, a club transformed by the arrival of Martin O'Neill. They can do no wrong at the moment. Although having said that, Chris Sutton did do a bit of wrong here with a rather blatant handball. He was booked for that. Willie Young finally got around to pointing from the spot, and Stevie Crawford finally got around to taking an excellent penalty. But Less than 2 minutes later, the ball was in the net at the other end after Ferguson appeared to clip Lambert, and Henrik Larsson never really looks like a man under pressure, does he, in those situations? And then Larsson involved in the build-up. Thompson tucked it back to him, and he skipped past the keeper and knocked it in. At the moment, there's no stopping Henrik Larsson, there's no stopping Martin O'Neill, and there's no stopping Celtic. It finishes at EndPark, Dunfermline 1, Celtic 2.
Henrik, you've been in the dressing room. What's the mood like in there just now after that remarkable match?
I think we're quite happy because we didn't play our best football today, even though Dunfermline played well, I think. And to manage to get away with 3 points, we're absolutely delighted.
How tough an encounter was it for you personally? Because I think Scott Thompson in the Dunfermline side, to his man marking, you almost got the Man of the Match award.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was tough, but I knew that from the start that the game would be tough. Everybody knew that. But we managed to get 3 points, and that's pleasing.
What in particular was so tough about the way Dunfermline approached this game tonight, Henrik?
No, but I mean, they were well organised as any other team you play against these days, especially when they play against Celtic. They always tend to lift the game a little bit more as well. And they played well today, but lucky for us, we got 3 points.
Is there as much relief as anything else in there?
No, we're happy and delighted that we got 3 points. That's why we're out here. We're playing for the 3 points.
Well done tonight, Henrik. Another Bank of Scotland SPL Man of the Match award for you. Well done.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
I'm saying this, you look pretty drained after that. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, it is fair to say. It doesn't really matter whether I'm drained or not. I think the players were, they've done brilliantly to win the game that Dunfermline played excellently in, and I'm obviously thrilled to get the 3 points, but it was very, very hard. We didn't play well, and for long periods in the game. Finally got a goal behind, but we showed a bit of spirit and a bit of determination, more so than in terms of actual football. We can play much, much better than that, but no discredit at all. I thought Dunfermline were excellent tonight.
Did you learn something new about the players tonight, the way they dug out this result?
We dug out a result. You know, it's almost a throwback to the opening day of the season against Dundee United. I saw many similarities there, although I thought against Dundee United we played much, much better. And we didn't play well. We didn't. Passing was not fluent at all, and we were second to the ball for certainly a lot of the first half. Second half, the game certainly livened up. It was end to end, and I'm just obviously delighted to get the 3 points.
Well, 11 wins out of 11. Well done, Martin.
Thank you very much.